Okay, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all on the worldwide net today. This is ZS6YI hosting from near Johannesburg, about 35 miles or 50 kilometers south of Johannesburg. We wish to take the opportunity of thanking the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to be on their satellite with our amateur satellite, which was developed by the German AMSAT DL group and working very well. I just want to turn this volume down here. And also the UK group, that is AMSAT UK, and of course the British Amateur Television Club. It's been a hectic day here today, and I've had a hectic time on with a laptop, but I'll explain that a bit later. Let me just see who's all on frequency so far. Let me just do that. Yeah, we only have a few stations today. I'm sure more will come. Holiday plans. Oh, that sounds very good, Benno. What we'll do, I'll just take it through the list quickly so that we can see who's on for the time being. And this is who we have. We've got G8KOE Martin to follow, ZS1 Mike Leon down in Worcester in the Cape Province of South Africa, and Peter in Wales, Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee, and then Benno in the Netherlands, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. I'm sure more guys will come up in due course, but what I do want to mention is that I had a nice email from Joe, HB9 TG, Tango Golf, I think it is. And I'll just check it up in a minute. And he says hi to everybody. Of course, he watches on his own receiver and always on frequency. So that's good. And then I just want to say hello to Adam, Sierra Papa 9 Alpha Charlie Quebec. He's watching at the moment. So what I'm going to do before I pass it to you, Martin, I'm going to take the opportunity of bringing in what I saw from Joe, the pictures that he sent of his tube collection. He's got a lovely collection of old valve radios and also valve units itself. Some interesting things there. And then a big collection on television tubes. So today I'm only going to handle some of the valves, not all, because there's so many pictures it'll take us the whole program. So I'm gonna bring up the pictures that he sent. I just need to get this thing connected and be ready to come up in a second. Right. So I'm going to switch over to old man Joe. Shall we call it his presentation? 1 second. Okay, that from Joe, HB9GT. And thank you very much for that, Joe. It's been very interesting so far. There's still a lot of other things to show, which we'll do from time to time. I don't want to keep it too long on the net. We just got a message from Mike, GM0MJW, who said he cannot be on today, G0MJW. He's clashing with the AMSAT committee meeting. So we understand that totally. I'm sure he's watching on YouTube. And we wish all at AMSAT a very good afternoon from the Worldwide Net. Okay, Martin, to you the micro, G8KOE, please, from ZA6 Yankee India.
Right, didn't think you were going to disappear there, Gary. Bit delayed before you went, but I think we're in business. Right, didn't think you were going to disappear there, Gary. I think we've got some sound. I think I'll start with something nice and easy to start with. It's the good old detector, which seems to keep going on and on and on. I know, but so let's go to center screen, which is that one. So that's the kit that I put together, a Velleman kit. I think I've shown it before, but I can't remember that bit. But it was more getting onto the case that we've got. So that's it. I think I possibly showed it last week, but I know Leon had load sharing, I think, last week, so I was unable to see it. Obviously, it's the back end of it. And that's it going in its case. Was a tight fit to the case. Capacitor at the front I had to make go to sleep slightly. Obviously the LED is extended to its maximum pretty well. Battery compartment, the one that was supplying the kit, didn't fit in the case very well, so I had to hack the corners off and turn it up the other way. But those are the two bits. And I'll keep on. That's the capacitor at the front that I showed before. And that's what it looks like in its box, which is one of Roger's print jobs for me. I think he did a good job, so it's a thank you to Roger. It was a tight fit, but did fit. Lots of different angles. And that was the. We've gone to a small one, but let's make it bigger. That's the picture that Roger sent me initially to see what he'd done before he actually posted it to me. Let's go back to the roving camera, which is that one. And this is the actual beastie. In real life. But, ever since I've got it, the strange thing is that the bats seem to have disappeared. So I haven't been able to test it fully other than on signals that I've generated. Rattling keys cause it to go absolutely ballistic. And I generated some signals out in the garage and they seem to be working. How good it is in comparison to using the SDR, I don't know. But I'm awaiting for the bats. It's just sort of quite funny, really. But they used to come regularly and be there for ages. But there was a couple last night, but it wasn't enough to get a full idea of how well it worked or didn't work. I've had some in the distance, etc., etc. But getting it sort of tuned, it's a little bit more fiddly on the tuning because with the SDR, I'm looking at the whole spectrum and it's easy. But we shall see. But it was an interesting project, and I went that route because my ability with variable, etc., then Leon, I could see that I didn't think I was going to get the other one put together. Right, let's go back to the roving camera, which is that one. The other thing I've been playing with is that my son dropped me another one of these over, this time where the touchscreen works. So I've got it set up where the reporter. Obviously the on some other things that I monitor on PyStar, etc. But that's running Windows 10, and it seems to work reasonably well. So on the monitor to the right, I've got OpenTuner, which is running. The one in the middle is what I was showing the batten things on. But I can actually monitor what's in the PA, etc., and control that from here. And the other monitor on the other side has now got OpenTuner. Not OpenTuner, DATV Red and OBS, and directly above it is the camera. So hopefully I can look at the camera. At the moment I've got the laptop beneath it, which has got the chat and another receive, so I don't have to look at the other monitor whilst getting received. So hopefully I can look this way and not look away, and I can just look down and see that I'm actually still putting a signal out, etc. That's what I've been playing with. And a message for Benno. If there is any news on the F1 racing, can you not tell me? Because I don't watch it live. I watch it later tonight on Channel 4 when it's just the highlights. So I know you're an F1 follower big time. So that's we would appreciate it. The other thing that my son dropped off when he came yesterday was another little device which I've got going in the garage at the moment, which seemed reasonable. Let's move over to there. There it is, sitting on the bench. It's not a particularly very big one, but it's a little aircon unit, and it does keep the garage a little bit cooler than what it was for the hot weather. So that's the other addition to things. So I'm hoping that will make things easier during the hot weather if we get it. Yeah, so my setup now is between the two cameras. I've got the Kia, that one, which is my main high definition one supposedly, which I think it is. That one is my roving camera, obviously my weather station, which sits there and it's working well. But I've moved lots of other things. I don't know if this is going to be long enough. But my Pico tune, etc., is actually on the top. That's all my received bits and pieces under the bench, under the desk rather, to give me more room that I can put things on the top. Anyway, so and I don't know where Phil is. I think he's probably still playing with his kitchen. I think it's ended up being a lot longer job than he initially thought. I didn't comment on the valves, Joe's valves. I think that's absolutely amazing. I could sit and watch all those pictures for absolutely ages. I kept looking at them thinking, I didn't realise there were so many different ones. And in the early days when valves were easy to get hold of, there were good things to use as target practice, or throw things at them, or yes, I wish I'd kept so many things, but there's some really nice looking valves there. So a bit envious on that. So thank you, Joe, for sharing your pictures via Gary there. Right, I'll put it over to Leon. I'll stick a test card, and then it's all yours. From Golf 8 Kilo Oscar Echo.
Okay. Thanks, Martin. G8KO in the group. ZS1 Mike is also saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. From a very, very cold Worcester. Snow on the mountains, fresh ones busy falling, it's raining, and gale force winds. The whole merry mix-up. Okay, those valves, and especially the klystrons and magnetrons in that collection, oh man, makes my finger itch. Because I love those things, those bottles. Very nice. See some modern TV finals there as well, so ceramic ones. Very nice indeed, Gary. Yeah, I think I've seen him somewhere on YouTube or whatever, one of those internet things. I think the guy looks familiar. Anyway, Martin, you really had me baffled when you had that sandal thing there, and I'm looking, yeah, it's ICs and stuff, and he says I didn't see it before, and only right at the end when you showed the top with the bat on it, I realized, but that was your bat receiver. Yes. Yeah, there are no bats around here as well. It's too cold. There's no insects for them to hunt, so I'll have to wait till summer to use mine again and play with it. Gary, how far is your one? Is it boxed yet? What else have I been doing? Oh, been very busy. I fixed up one guy's HF radio, which somebody else tried and they gave up. And then he went and broadcast the whole thing that his unfixable radio was now fixed. And then another friend of his sent another one. But really, that radio was opened with a crowbar, you can see. The chassis bent. It's a FT707, but really. And you can see many people have been in there. But he swears that it worked fine. And he just moved it from his shack to his lounge, where he was lecturing the guys and showing them how you should handle the HF set. And when he took it back to his shack, it wasn't working anymore. Well, I'm sorry. I don't believe that. That radio haven't worked for many, many years. I've got the display working up now, and the receiver's receiving very, very deaf. But there's still a lot of work to be done. So every Saturday we work on this thing here at my place. Yeah, so I don't normally do that. I don't work on other people's things because it's very risky. You can you can land in a lot of trouble if you blow up something accidentally. Anyway, yeah, then the local guys have asked me, can I design and build a very small HF transceiver, double sideband, so you don't need any filters, just for 40 meters, but it must be double sideband, it must be voice. They're not interested in CW. So I'm busy with that now. It's not complicated, and it must be like common garden parts that you can get at the corner shop. No fancy imported ICs or anything like that. So yes, I've just wound the tiny little special ferrite transformer thing for the balance modulator, and but now I'm running out of time, because just now I must get in the car and drive back to Bredasdorp, because I'm back at work until December. So I only have Saturday and a bit of Sunday, and that's all I have for playing. Working on things like that at my house in Bredasdorp is not really a pleasure anymore. I've got most of my usable instruments here now, so it's not so easy to do things there. Anyway, at work, quite busy. I fixed up the radar, 200 kilowatt. The Thyrotron went in the last test, so I said to them, well, you must order 2 new Thyrotrons at 30,000 Rand a piece. They did it, and I fitted it, and then I found that the PRF filter also got a flashback, and that also went, so I rebuilt that. Fortunately, I had some of the high voltage step recovery diodes, which is also in that thing, and so on. So yeah, the radar is back in service. Yeah, and doing all sorts of other things. And no, it's too difficult to show now. We have water. The test range is 70 kilometers long, and we have lots of tarred roads there and so on. But with all the rains and stuff, the one piece of road that I had to go through, the water was, the one day it was 70 centimeters deep. You can't go there with a normal car. So we took the Unimog. That went through it okay. But on Friday I wanted to go through there again. Then it was a meter deep, and it's getting deeper and deeper, but we still managed to get through with the Unimog. I don't know what it's going to be like tomorrow. We have water there. We've got huge lakes now. Apart from the roads that are underwater, it's lakes with pelicans on the one side, lots and lots of, not pelicans, of flamingos, and all sorts of other water birds and things have moved into that area now, which is normally just grasslands and barren rock. So yeah, it's quite a messy business. I hope I can actually get to work tomorrow. Yesterday, the road to the place was still like 15 centimeters above the water level. I checked earlier today, it's now 5 centimeters below the water. So 5 centimeters I can still handle, but if it gets more than that, they just block off the road and nobody's allowed through, so then you can't get to work. So anyway, that's enough of that. I shall not be on for the second round, so I'm bidding everybody 73s, and thanks for listening to me. And I give it to Peter. GW7BZY, your signal looked brilliant once you remember to switch on the transport stream. The video is excellent. Oh, and by the way, Martin, you have fixed your audio. Your audio is back to what it used to be. Nice, crisp, no booming. You've done something. I don't know what you've done, whether you've moved the room around or whatever, but your audio is nice now. GW7BZY for the group. ZS1MM, busy packing and so on. I'll be listening, but I won't be coming back. Take it, Peter.
Okay, thanks, Leon. Hopefully hopefully it's still working. Sound is audio. I can hear my sound anyway, so that's all good. I said, go wait, see if there's going to be a picture. I'm sure there will be. Yeah. Thank you for the comment on the image. Yeah. Okay. Excellent there. And yeah, I can't really. I hear what you're saying, Lon, but I can't picture where you were, where you live. You got 2 accommodations, obviously, but I'm sure you could flash a map up at some point and sort of give us a relative, not direct coordinates, but some idea of where you are in relation to everybody. Well, there are others there on Gary there in South Africa. Nice to hear. I like the tubes. Very interesting. Like a valve, and there's a pretty good collection there. I would have said excellent stuff. Joe, we had the grand tour of his collection, HB1 GT, KOE. Yeah, we don't have any bats here. I hear you talking about bats, but I haven't seen bats here for years. There used to be when I was a child and lived in this area, there was always bats. If you had a street light, you had bats, and but I haven't seen them any since I've been back here. So I've been back here in this area again about 3 years now, and I haven't seen a bat. I said I don't suppose they can swim, so they don't get out a lot. But it's quite a nice day here in Wales. I'll give you a weather report. Very sunny. It's quite warm as well, for change. And I doubt if it'll last. I think it was quite nice yesterday. Should really be cutting the grass. What have I been doing? Well, I did say at the far end, you're seeing where the finger is more or less pointing. There we go. That is a 1979, 1978 two-tube domestic camera that goes with the VHS portable recorder, just my collection of old cameras. And then behind me over my shoulder there is a GY 1900, which is a three-tubed camera from 1986, 1985, something like that, which does work. And I had it plugged in. I was playing with it over the last few days, but I thought I was looking a bit rather dark. I'm looking rather dark now, I think. So I might connect it up afterwards, and then you can see the difference. Although it's got 3 tubes, so the colour is very good. It's a bit fuzzy, and I'm sure it was better when it was new. But the tubes are in remarkable good condition. There doesn't appear to be any burn-ins, and it all works. But I'm sure it could benefit from a lot of, at least a recap and a bit of servicing, which it won't get. It'll just stay there on the shelf as it puts out analog composite video, which I do have a capture card on my old PC, which I fired up, which was quite handy. So I fired up my old PC. I'll take a vote on whether I should connect it up or not. I might have to put the chat on for that, but we'll see. Anyway, that's about it here. I went out last night. The wife's a little annoyed with me, but it's got over it. Yeah, that's about it from this side. Hand it over to, I think it's back to Gary. I'm not sure. No, was it Mike? I'm not sure now who's going to be next. I should have it on my bit of paper. Oh no, Benno. Sorry, Benno. Back to Benno. Oh, over.
Hi guys. Yeah, Peter. I would say a perfect over. As far as I always see you either have mix up with frequency or some other thing button you forgot, but a pretty perfect over for you, Peter. Thanks for that. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to bother about cameras. I'm actually even closed the curtain a little bit to get a little bit better lighting for the camera at the moment. But I know it's kind of pale. That's because I light it with a white light on the rooftop, on the ceiling. Yeah, with the valves. I always say I've been born too late. I never mind much about valves. I actually got donated a nice valve lamp with a nice lamp hood on top of it as a lamp for the room to put somewhere, and it's actually somewhere on the roof, well, on the attic, because it doesn't fit into my my modern house. I have played with kind of valves enough for powering, but for that For the rest, I don't like valves because I don't like the high voltage, and I don't like all the things. Despite I know and I recognize to get a nice linear amplification, you need a valve. You will never get that with the current analog device. Well, not with the current devices. You need a valve to get a nice amplification, and I know the audio guys like valves still for a good amplification of sound, because that gives that better dynamics. Okay, well, I'm not into sound. What am I into? Besides a lot of mess at the moment in my shack, I am into going on to holiday. I just have changed the whole front yard. That took me the last few weeks a lot of work outside, more than I wanted and I expected. But last weekend we went into Belgium for the fox hunting, and it gave me a nice opportunity to move that dish, to try out that dish what I have made for the rooftop of my mobile home, which is kind of automated. No, not automated, it's controlled. It's controlled with a wireless box, which is nice. That means I can rotate and put the direction and elevation and things like that. I can do that with this box, which is kind of handy if you're sitting in front of your machine and you want to control or point out the dish to the satellite, which obviously after every time I move the mobile home I have to redo that. That's kind of normal. So in the last 2 years I had to go climb on the rooftop of my mobile home and shout to my girlfriend, is it better or is it worse? Take all kind of extra tools to the rooftop, but now I can sit behind my equipment. I thought, at least that was the idea. The only thing is my mobile home is aluminum all around, which means it is a nice Faraday cage, and it doesn't do well of letting anything going in but also not going out. So the small signal of this is only working when I have to raise it to the light, to the roof window, and then it's only very close to the dish and I can control it. So I have to play a little bit with this, and I have some solutions, because this is actually one of my my modules which I'm using for reception and transmitting, which are in here. And actually this is the bigger one with an antenna, with a antenna that runs on 2.4 gig. Obviously I only have to control the dish if it's working. I don't have to control the dish when I'm transmitting, but it's only for receiving, controlling. So that means I have to play a little bit with that, and I don't have much time, because next Sunday it will be Cat 24 in Coventry in England, and I have plans to be there. Actually, my boat towards England leaves on Friday, so I have up to Thursday to get this one sorted, next to my own clothing and all the other stuff I have to do before I depart from here. And I'm planning 2 weeks in England. I have about 50 watts on the rooftop of my mobile home. which works perfect for the narrowband, but I have tested it so far and it's doing a very small signal, only on 666, only on 66, just a very marginal signal. So I don't think I will be capable in being on the QO-100 on the wideband. But hey, maybe things change and things get better. I have no clue. I have some ideas there. So I will do the narrowband. I'm not sure if I will do the wideband. That means I won't be on for the QO-100 for the World Wide Web, and that means for the whole month of August, because the last weekend we plan to be in Germany, where I have been before a few times on the German-Dutch gathering, and that will be my last weekend, basically my fourth weekend, and somewhere in between that I'm traveling around England and traveling through Belgium and Luxembourg and Germany and things like that before I'm heading back. I will try to make to improve myself making some pictures. That's always a big problem with myself. I have done so many journeys and I hardly make any pictures, but I will Nigel, you can have an over. You're not on the list, but I can let you go on just after myself, Nigel, if you want. Just say it on the chat if you're ready. I leave it up to you for the frequency. I will be next over. I won't tell anything about the Formula 1, but it runs on the screen next to me. So I'm keeping one eye on the World Wide Web, World Wide Net, one eye on the chat, and one eye on the Formula 1. But it's going its pace, and it's going. Yeah, I'm not sure what is happening there, but it's. Oh, they are playing. They are playing. Okay, Nigel, you're on. From Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, and passing it on to with permission of Gary, obviously. And Nigel, you can pass it back to Gary for the next round. From Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, do I have a test card? Yes, I have. Some audio. Next round. From Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, do I have a test card? Some audio.
Right, hello, good afternoon everyone. So I've not put myself on the list because I tried it on my mobile phone, but it's not working on my phone, so I did it quick. And also my West Wind Hill's not working properly. I'm going to take it to the Cat 24 next Sunday to have them look at it. So I'm looking on the WhatsApp groups. I'm about 20 seconds. Okay. Sorry about this. There always seems to be problems speaking. So yeah, Pluto, and I think it would get on Sunday to get it re-overhauled. I'll bring my laptop down because I might try the new program from you know, my memory's it's not very good, as you know. But yeah, overall it anyway. It needs just, I think comes upon the software, but it's not. I have to reset it over put it on a different windtail. So I think it just needs redoing and get people who know what we're doing, other than me, to do it. So sorry I didn't book in Gary. So but I say there wasn't many on the list, so I thought I'd sneak in. So I'll say enough because I'm doing it blind, so to speak. So I'm hoping that my transmission's coming through okay. It's not normally, it's normally a bit higher than this, but I don't know. If somebody comes on closer to, I'll hand it back to net control, Gary, after ZS test card up. Do it properly. Thanks for letting me know. I'll come over again, but I say I'm doing it a little bit blind because I'm not receiving very good at this end. So let me put a test card up. Test card. Take that off.
Okay. All good, Nigel. You actually had a nice signal, but it kept falling out, I'm afraid. But you were on frequency. And your audio is lovely. Just we didn't have any video from you today. But I think you're watching via WhatsApp. Also, hi to Brian at G6HFS and to Alfredo. He is on as well as of course, we've got Adam, Regina, and Ashley on. So there we go. 26 views so far. Right. Yeah, it's a very short net today, which is maybe a good thing. It suits me. But yeah, I had a spot of bother this week, Friday. I wanted to change my laptop battery. And so I bought one. The guy was bringing it around. So I thought I'll take out my current one so that when he comes, I can just slip it in, and that's that. But I totally made a fool of myself. And I can maybe just show you the battery. I'll just have to load it. There we go. This is the battery. Now, why I'm bringing this up quite close is if you look at that plug, you see 3 black wires, 3 red wires, and then a yellow. Let me go down. A yellow and a white wire. Right. So now what I did was I tried to pull out the plug. And I was a bit in a hurry. And so I managed to successfully pull out the plug and the PC board, and all the tracks went off. So I buggered up the PC board onto which this was attached. So anyway, as it turned out, the guy's battery wasn't one to fit either. So it's the same number, but it just didn't have the same bolt holes. Anyway, so I thought, right, now I've got to try. Here's an opportunity to try my nice digital microscope. So yeah, I could see there was virtually nothing left of the tracks. I could get a little bit of the 3 red wires and a little bit of the black, but that white and yellow wire, there was hardly anything left. And there's no point in taking out the PC board because it could be a multi-layer board. So what do you see from behind? And there's no hole through which you can put there is a little wire, but the thinnest wire I've got, a little strand of, couldn't go through there. So that was useless. Anyway, so I tried, I did manage to solder the plug on quite successfully, if I can say it that way, except for that yellow and white wire, which I think it's obviously communicates with the computer to charge. It sort of regulates what happens inside the battery. I think they've got a little chip inside there. But anyway, switched on, nothing. Computer didn't want to switch on. So I removed the battery. Computer still didn't want to switch on. Checked the power supply. Yeah, there's power. So yeah, it was a bit of an anxious moment. So anyway, I left it. And that was Friday afternoon. Then Saturday morning, I thought, now I'm going to have another look. So I put the board under my stereo microscope and I could see better. And it looked like there might have been a short somewhere. Anyway, so I used a very small, fine solder gun, you know, the hot air gun, because now there was quite heavy solder sections on the 3 red and the 3 black wire sides. So, okay, I managed to destroy the little terminal. But anyway, it came out, and then I cleaned the board, put it under the microscope, and you can just see a little silver dot on where the yellow and white wire should be, but they're right next to each other. If you try and solder 2 wires there, you'll definitely short them out. So I cleaned up the board nicely and left out the battery, put the power supply in, and the bloody thing still didn't want to switch on. And then I noticed, oh, okay, I had switched off the transformer, switched that on, and luckily the laptop came back, but now it's running without a battery. And 99.999% of the time I don't use a battery, actually. I'm always on mains, and that's probably why the battery didn't last. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get a new laptop anyway. And this is the laptop I use to do the transmission on YouTube. So I'll get a new laptop. I'll use this one as it is, because I've got UPS here, so that if the mains drop, I can still continue. Whereas at work, I don't. So I'll get a new one for the salt mine. It's quite an expensive one, unfortunately. It's a ROG. And at the time, this was the top of the range gaming laptop. I think I've got it about 4 years, maybe 3.5, 4 years. But gee whiz, the prices have gone up dramatically. For an equivalent top of the range one, you're looking at about 8,500 Rand, 85,000 Rand, my apologies, which divide that by 20 to get pounds. So still a lot of money, I suppose. But anyway, I'll order one on Monday. And the new one, I believe, has 2 SSD drives. It's going to cost more than that 85 because this one's got 64 gig of RAM, which when you buy them off the shelf, they only got 16 gig of RAM. And I think only one SSD drive, although it's got place for 2. So I'll fit it with 2 SSD drives and then get 64 gig DDR5 RAM. Then it should be good for CAD as well. So I've got to justify why I have to get a new laptop, I suppose. Anyway, so that's what happened to me this week. Right, this will be the final over, the final round. Let me just see. Martin, I just want to see if there's any. Hello, Chris. And nothing else on the chat. So back to you, Martin. G8KOE to please take it. And I'll make this, the next over we'll close the net from ZA6 Yankee India.
Right, you nearly caught me out again. Am I coming on? Make sure, yeah. I sat down on the receive. One of my receive is quicker than the other one. Right, you nearly caught me out. Yeah, I don't have a lot to add actually. Yeah, not done a phenomenal amount, but did hunt around. Didn't find a particularly good picture, but did find a picture of my playing around with valves going back a lot of years. Oh, come on, settle down. I seem to be hiccuping a bit at the moment. Anyway, so there's a number of 813s. There's two in the corner sitting on the floor. There's one to the right of the sort of bed arrangement, and there's three in the actual PA itself. And sitting on the top of the valves is 2.5 kV. When I was younger, I didn't sort of appreciate that it's actually quite dangerous, really. But yeah, that was that. I think was there another picture I found? That's right at the other end. Whip through all the pictures. Oh no, that was the other way. There's don't want to see lots of things. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. That's another angle of the same beastie in use with good old 813. I think it used to cost me about £1.50 each when I purchased them, or 30 shillings in those days. But there's a recorder, a little driver 10 watt driver stage into the main linear. Anyway, they were all good fun days. And to you there, Peter, I don't understand why you have an out of focus shelf when he's talking about this camera on the shelf matches up with that on the shelf, and I've got this on the shelf, but they're all out of focus. But that's just me. On that note, not a lot else to add, but good pictures apart from that there, Peter. Am I settling down? I think so. Yeah, been a short net, a good net, and I've got this picture now of you there, Benno, with 3 eyes. So you need to get an extra one to put in the forehead, I think. But thanks for not letting us know. Yeah, I just think with F1, it's so far this year has become very interesting with all that's going on, and we'll leave it at that. But, I'll catch it later at 6:30. It's on Channel 4 in the UK, the highlights. I used to subscribe to watch it, but found that it took up so much time, so I felt I had to watch all the coverage, even the lead up, etc., to get my money's worth. But anyway, on that note, and your laptop there, Gary, yes, good old laptops. Yeah, I used to spend ages refurbing them in the good old days. Used to buy them in, try and refurb them and sell them on, but that was in the days of XP, etc., which took ages to put on a laptop. Even 98 going back. But Windows 11, everyone can moan about it, but it's ever so quick to put on, even though it does take over the world. Right, are you ready, Peter? Now, there's obviously going to be a 10-second delay, isn't there, here? So I won't do a quick handover. But thanks again, Gary, for running the net, and for everyone else. And Leon won't be listening, I shouldn't think. He'll have gone by now. But I've moved the microphone closer to me. As you can see, I've moved back onto the boom off the desk. And I'm trying to talk it up a little bit so it's much closer to my mouth. I think that gets the type of microphone it is, gets a better response. I have got a noise gate on, which I thought you'd moan about, but without it on, Carol at the other end of the bungalow tends to, when she's on the phone, it gets picked up. So we've had to put it in. And to you there, Benno, do like the stereo at the start of your transmission. I think the only one that I need to hunt around and find something myself, but very, very noticeable. So thanks for that. Right, you should be now warmed up there, Peter. I can turn off Battersea Power Station and not have so many monitors on after this. You can't have enough monitors, he said, and I was thinking of adding a couple more. But it's all good. Round you there, Peter. I'll put a test card, then pass it to you. From Golf 8 Kilo Oscar Echo.
My lip sync is like. Oh, there we go. So that was the 1985 GY 1900. It is a little bit better than that, but of course it's not working as well as it was. As soon as I put it on, it has to have a bit of a thromber. So why the automatic iris just decided to stop working? Whatever. But the colour's quite good, I have to say. Considering, I'll just get that colour bit with you can see the colour on this one, and then there's the colour from the other camera, which of course is standard resolution, and my camera is the good camera is HD. I'll just show you the good. But yeah, there we are. That's it. That's all from GW7BZY. Thank you, Gary. Everything all very interesting. Benno, holiday's always the best thing, isn't it? This year it was Eastbourne. The View Hotel, really nice hotel there in Eastbourne. Nice town, Eastbourne. Going downhill a little bit. So I'm going to go somewhere else next year. The missus, I think, has had enough. So although she's not wanted to fly, she is kind of suggesting that we go maybe to Spain. But since there's been protests at the moment, and probably will be next year, we'll go to Skathos, I think, in Greece, Greek island. Well, named after cats or something. Something to do with cats, Skathos. Anyway, there we are. I don't like cats, but I'm sure it's a nice place. From GW7BZY over to Benno, I think, if he's in. Otherwise, I don't know. 7BZY. See you all next week.
Okay. Nigel, would you like to try? And let's see if we can get your video and without the signal breaking up. So, to you, Nigel, from ZA6YI.
Yeah, sorry, Gary. I kind of yeah, sorry, Gary. Deleted one of the. The minute Peter wanted to hand it over, I was looking for my window, couldn't find it. I had to restart my window. Hi. Okay, well, anyway, nice net. Thanks for all. And Peter, yeah, I'm glad you tried this camera. At least it proved something goes wrong at your side because your audio was off. You don't have audio if you move to that camera. Probably you and to a different scene and you switch off your audio. So anyway, if you do that, watch your audio source. Despite the lip sync obviously going out because it's a completely different coding or decoding from the audio part to some kind of PC entrance vmix entry or whatever. Anyway, yeah, we'll see what's going on. I will go to England. I understand it might rain. Yeah, I have heard it's hot. Next weekend they expect the same temperatures as here. We have, by the way, blue sky at the moment, some clouds, and about 28 degrees outside. Leon, if you're still listening, it's summer on the northern side of the hemisphere, and we have at least a little bit good weather. Besides between the rainfalls, because if people is following the Olympic Games, they had quite enough water Saturday evening during the opening. Was that Friday evening? I believe so. Well, anyway, it was so the temperature is pretty much the same to going to England, and between the rain showers it probably gets dry, but we'll take the umbrella with us and lots of other dry clothes, so I think we'll manage. See you later. Looking forward to well, I will be out of the net for the next few weeks, Gary, but occasionally I will check in if I find some time. But going on holiday, we don't have much plans on schedules. We don't like schedules, so I don't think I will be around on Sunday afternoon. Having said that, I might be able to try to log in depending on the weather and our plans at that time. 73 is all from Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, passing it on to Nigel. Nigel, I hope this RTMP stream helps you a little bit for the reception. It's, by the way, the stream 24/7 from my streamer, which is a stream going to the BATC, and if you catch that on VLC you have a little better response time. It's actually 2 or 3 seconds after you would have received it yourself, so I think it's pretty fast. Okay, that's all. 73 is all from Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, and I'm going to have a look at Nigel. Actually 2 or 3 seconds after you
Right, I've turned my VLC down. I'm doing a VC at 1/3. So hopefully, let me get my yes, better. Yeah, I've turned the FEC down to 1/3. I don't know if that made it any better. I think it was a few more dBs. Yeah, I couldn't get the, I know Frank was trying to get the PCL working on its own, but I couldn't do it. I can't do two things at the same. I can't do things live, mate. My brain don't work that way. But anyway, I'll hopefully look forward to seeing you on Sunday afternoon, mate. Well, that morning. Opens at 10, so I'm hoping to get there for 10 or just after. My brother-in-law's going to drive me there. They're going to pay him to go in and have a look around the museum while we're in the net. But yeah, I think he can still do that because he had visitors before last year. I'm still going around the net. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, there's something quite not right. Well, the LC on the Pluto is saying it wants updating. But I don't know how to do that because I don't do it. Well, it's not working proper now, so I can't do much more damage. But I think I'll rather leave it to the experts to advise me, or I'll bring the PLC, the Pluto with me, and the might even be the Westminster, Windhill, not Westminster, Windhill with me as well. Put in a back of my backpack and see what the people who know what we're doing say about it. Also, I don't know if anybody knows that I've got a potty as the of a transmit. I don't know whether that's come to its end or wants changing, or there's this other big view of transmit thing, not a potty, a cone shape. I don't know if anyone's got any of them to sell at the Cat 24. We'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping to. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for that, man. Sorry I couldn't, as I said before, I couldn't update me on my phone because I got to the booking in system, but I couldn't get it to work. I normally do it on the computer, and I can get it working there straight away. But I'll see it just. Anyway, good night. There's not many, but it is somewhere to a lot of people's away and F1's on and whatnot, and Olympics and whatnot. But anyway, I'll say I won't be on next week because obviously I'll be with Cat 24, but I will hope to catch it with a better system or improved system for next time. Gary, if you can just wait a few seconds while I switch everything back over to, well, no matter, YouTube will play it anyway live. Just noticing my FEC is better now. I think it's not too bad. What is it temperature-wise? It's 27.3 on my PA, 29 now. So it's not too bad running. But yeah, so anyway, bound it back to net control. ZS6 YI and the worldwide web. Thank you very much. Put test card back up and leave it back to net control. Here we go.
Oh, that was much better over from you there, Nigel. So very good. I also want to say hi to Stuart. He's in Blantyre, Malawi. He's watching via the stream, via YouTube. Hello to you, Stuart. That's ZR6, what is it, Delta Charlie Papa. ZR6 Delta Charlie Papa, portable in Blantyre, Malawi. Yeah, it's a pity that not more African stations coming on because the satellite's really slap bang in the middle of Africa, so it makes it good. I've been watching, I received my latest copy of AMSAT DL magazine, and there's talk, so only in the planning stages of putting up a similar satellite, but over the Atlantic for the Americans. It'll be beautiful for South America, most of America. We'll get it, so will Europe and England. But yeah, it's got many uplinks and a bit complicated, but it's a nice project. I hope it gets off the ground, literally and figuratively. Anyway, with that, I'm going to close the net, say cheers to everybody on the YouTube channel. There were 32 people viewing. Cheers to everybody viewing on their own receivers. And we'll see each other next week, all being equal. I'm going to sneeze. So this is ZS, excuse me, this is ZS6YI closing the net and bidding everyone a very happy week going forward. 7-3.
Let's have a look. Is this still working? I think so. Let's have a look. Is this still working? Yeah, it seems to be. Good afternoon. I simply was too late this afternoon. Visited my parents as usual, and yeah, I arrived home too late. I do apologize for it, but at least I wanted to say hi. I will stop this transmission now because yeah, the net was closed. Back to Gary. Papa Echo number 1 Alpha Victor Papa.
Hello, Paul. Excellent signal as usual. Really working well. No, not to worry. It was a short net as well because most people are either watching the Olympics or they are watching the Grand Prix or it's a nice summer day out. So, yeah, we didn't have a big net today, as you can see, but it was still good. A lot of fun. I put a thing up on Tubes, but you can go and watch on the YouTube channel just now. And that was a very nice presentation given to me from Joe, HB1 GT, I think. Yeah, HB1 GT, I think his call sign is. But anyway, it was a great, let me just see. That's the type of thing. If you want me to, I can play it for you, but you can watch it on YouTube if you want to catch up. He has a museum with lots of old radios, valves, and of course, even television tubes. So I just played, played some slides of his valves, shall we call it. So that's the only thing you might have missed. So back to you, and then I'll close the net. I think, yeah, there's no one else on. Right, Paul, back to you. Papa Echo 1 Alpha Victor Papa from ZA6 Yankee India. Hey.
Okay, I wait until I see myself. Thank you, Gary, for allowing me to the net again. Yeah, I had a look at the list. So good afternoon, Martin, Leon, Peter, and Benno. That's what I see on the list. Okay. Again, I just wanted to say hi. Looking at the situation in Limmen, the weather is really sunny at the moment. Temperature must be somewhere around 24, 25 degrees, and that's great. So summertime in the Netherlands. Yeah, again, I just wanted to say hi. I will watch YouTube, of course. That can be done this evening. So I certainly will, Gary. Yeah, in that respect, many people are planning their holidays, and I even see that on the list for Benno, that he talked about it. The same is applicable here. First of all, next week on Sunday, I will participate in a oldtimer rally. Yeah, sometimes that's organized exactly at the same day as the worldwide net. And then we will be traveling to Austria. We own a caravan in Austria itself, so we simply go there by car. And then it's the intention to stay there for, let's say, about 4 weeks. Well, in that respect, you were talking about the fact that so few people do participate from Africa. But the same is applicable for German stations. Of course, we saw some people from Austria, but we all know that there are many German stations around. Yeah, they could also give it a try, of course. But perhaps the English language is a bit a barrier to them. That could well be. But yeah, I do not know how you all think about it. Then if the English language is a barrier, then simply use German. Yeah, okay. In that respect, I also talked to the Austrian station Oscar Echo 8 Sierra Charlie Quebec. Christian, he stated that he was working on his mini German tuner again. He had severe issues with it, but he seems to get it solved. So that's good. So hopefully we will see him back again on the net too. Well, actually, that's it for the moment. Well, great to have seen you at least, Gary, and the rest I will see you on YouTube then. Thanks. I wish you a good week, good 2 weeks then, because again next week I will not participate either. Microphone back to Gary. This is Papa Echo number 1 Alpha Victor Papa.
%, there, Paul. Good signal, good audio as usual. And yeah, it's nice of you to come up all the same. You're still on YouTube, by the way. The guy's still watching. So they'll get your over in as well. Right, my dear friend, have a lovely time in Austria. I think you said you're going. And yeah, it's a good idea to have a caravan where you're going, then you don't have to move the thing along. I think that's the biggest deterrent, is to have to tow the thing. So yeah, that's a good idea. Have it wherever you close to where you want to enjoy your holiday. So that's fantastic. Yeah, there are many German stations. I get a lot of emails, and sometimes they come up on YouTube, but they don't come on. And it could be the English language, which is a barrier, although I don't think so. There are many. DD1 US, a good friend of mine, Charlie, DK3 Zulu Yankee, Zulu Lima, ne? He comes up, but he doesn't come up on the net, which is a pity. There's Frank, also comes up now and then. He's on quite often. There's Robert. All of them are very conversant in English, so they but they don't really come onto this net. I don't think it interests them. They are quite technical guys, and they do other types of experiments. So, but I do communicate with them privately, so it's all good. Okay, with that, cheers to you. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you 2 weeks' time or so, or 3 weeks' time. This is ZA6YI, now closing the net. 732 all.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Gary. Well, actually, we brought our caravan many times to Austria and back again. But, well, the fuel consumption was tremendous. And we can pay it, but let's say perhaps it's environmental not that good. So we decided, well, that's almost 10 years ago, to simply leave it there in Austria. Okay, Gary, thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Have really good 2 weeks. hopefully over 2 weeks I'm able to participate for the last time then, and then the holidays will start. All the best. All the best to all those watching, and yeah, we will meet again in the Worldwide Net. This is Papa Echo number 1 Alpha Victor Papa. Bye bye.